Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1968 Adler J4 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany, and in my opinion, one of the best typewriters ever produced. Definitely one of the biggest sleeper, underrated typewriters out there right now. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper, and this is your left margin, this is your right margin. And this is the paper support arm that flips up like a switchblade and it telescopes even further out. We're going to keep that on the original length. So you might be asking, what's the difference between this and the J5? It's different body style, different case, and sometimes you can slide that through without lifting the paper bill, but most of the time on typewriters you got to lift this up and then slide it through. This one's so smooth it just slides through it. This has got a scale on it and two rollers that are adjustable. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space and get you back to the beginning. It skips 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single. If you want 1.5, you just turn that dial down a little. Skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the left side here with the red arrow. Flip it down, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. Put it in the middle, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black, and put it all the way up top. It doesn't print any ink at all, it just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. We're going to move that down for red. Smoothest typewriter in the game. The Adler J models are all smooth as butter, and the print looks amazing. It's about as precise as it comes. I don't know why these aren't in the conversation when it comes to the best of the best. They deserve their recognition, and I'm going to give it to them every time I have one of these and type on it. Just have the pleasure to type on one of these. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. And flip this down. So the difference between this and the J5 is basically just the body style. Some of the J4s might not have a tab function, and the J5s have more colors that are like brighter colors. So if you just want something that's nice and uh, really good functioning, that's not too fancy, this is what you want right here. This is all plastic, by the way, and this is how it is on all the J models, but it doesn't affect the parts in there are just amazing. Like the lower segment here is painted, so it won't rust. Just really well designed, well manufactured and engineered. Brilliant engineering. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. We're going to move that color back in the middle to print the bottom or the top portion of the ribbon. Backspace on the right side of the keyboard. Everything is super smooth on this. Tab functions right below that. Look how smooth that is. And there's a fast action set here, so you can, we're going to clear all of those tabs. The carriage is just, I think this is probably the smoother than a Hermes 3000. So I want to put one tab right here by flipping that to the plus sign. So when you go to the beginning of the carriage and you hit the tab, it stops at that spot. That works good. And you can have as many tabs as you want on this model. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It allows you to go all the way to the end. That works good. Open the hood. It just pops up like this. It's got two prongs. This prong, actually I just need to glue that back in there. Nothing wrong with it. And all the brand new ribbons loaded to the left, and it's pulling to the right clockwise. If you want to switch that direction, on the inside here you flip this there's a little mechanism, you flip it to the opposite side if you want it to go the other way. It's going counterclockwise to that side. Now we flip it to the left, it pulls clockwise. This is your touch control. There's a minus and a plus sign. The further up you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them a little bit harder for them to print, but they respond faster, so you just have to gauge what your preference is when it comes to that. This just goes right back down with these little prongs, and I'm going to glue this so this doesn't pop out next time. It just snaps right back in there like that. And on the right side is the carriage release. There's a carriage release on both sides. If you've ever had an Adler or typed on one, you could just find that amazing how smooth that carriage is. And on the bottom side here is the carriage lock. So you flip that back, it locks the carriage in the middle. Flip it forward and it releases it. And if you pull the knob out, disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.